Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can Fly. Ooh, another opportunity to hit the skies. Let's get it!
Perfect.
All right, so I am going to be doing another flight here, and I am just checking the time just to make sure I'm good with time, and everything seems to be good. So yes, so this is another flight in the Cessna 172, and again, this is just a flight to make sure I keep my skills sharp. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. So I got some things I need to do. Need to go up, do a run-up, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, so run-up is complete, so I'm going to go up here and check my brakes. All right, brakes are good. All right, let's pull up to the whole short line here, and I'm going to go through my checks to make sure I am good. Alright, flaps are up, mixture is full rich, carb heat is cold, trim is set for takeoff, fuel tanks are on both, primer is in and locked. I don't see or hear anybody coming on final, nobody's on the field, so we are good to go. Deck traffic, Cessna 734 Alpha uniform departing, runway 1 out to the west. Deck. Alright, finals clear. Runway's clear. We are good.
See this green over to the right? That's young corn. In a minute, it's going to be so long that when you're coming to land on runway 1, you can barely see the threshold.
Okay, I see one on the field. One there. One there. Alright, heels to the floor, full power. Alright, instruments in the green, oil temp, oil pressure, suction. All look good. Airspeed is coming alive. And she will be ready to fly. Tap the brakes, positive rate, gear up. Alright, so welcome aboard. Back in the Cessna 172. And just enjoying a flight. Nothing major. Nothing too much to worry about here. Deck traffic, Cessna 734 Alpha uniform, right crosswind turn out to the east, last call deck. Alright, so we're climbing out nicely at 1,000 feet. I'm a little slow, so I'm bringing that nose down, or as my CFI would say, reduce the angle of attack. Alright, so we're trimmed out, we're good to go. Yes, I will say 172 feels like an old friend. Gotta watch my altitude here. She's trying to creep up on me. Alright, so welcome aboard, folks. Just doing another flight here. Now, one of the things I've been trying to figure out is how to clear. Can't seem to figure that out. Yeah, it's one thing I noticed about ForeFlight that I haven't noticed about before is like, anytime you're about to enter some airspace, it alerts you. Lets you know that you're about to go into an airspace, and then it puts this big green dot on there, kind of. Alright, we gotta get down. Alright, just looking for traffic too. There's a lot more traffic out earlier. Yeah, nothing yet. So just trying to get the wind. So how is everybody doing? I'm doing just great. I'm always doing good when I'm flying. And I definitely feel good about flying. And definitely enjoying myself. It's not a bad day at all today. Got some clouds if you can see out there, but for the most part, you know, pretty clear. Nothing too crazy. The plane is doing great. So yeah, so things are great. Just enjoying the flying. So what's been going on? So I'm really just trying to focus on this written exam. I have been doing practice questions. I think where I need to really focus and concentrate is the weather stuff. There's just certain questions that I'm seeing on the instrument flying that I did not see when I was doing my private pilot stuff. Some of the Some of the, there, that's, okay. Yeah, let's do that. That's much better. No, it's a little bumpier. No, I'm just looking at the runway over there. So I have a confession to make. One time I was doing a cross-country flight. I think it might have been my second cross-country solo. And no, it was the first one. So this is when I flew from Wingsfield, and I flew to, what was it? What is that class delta out there? Morristown Municipal. And then here to Lancaster from Morristown and back to Wings. Now the flight from Wings to Morristown, not that far, but I think from Morristown to Lancaster, back, I think it was like 156 nautical miles, and back then that was saying something.
There's nothing to use caution cover there, 9,000 and below.
And plus, you know, I was tired, you know, it was just, the whole thing was just, you know, I was exhausted, you know, I had been nervous that whole time. so I come out to Lancaster, and I'm still, at that point, I was still trying to understand projecting myself out in space. And I knew I was coming to the airport. I couldn't understand the runway because it was different from the one that my CFI gave me. And I just really didn't understand where I was and what I was doing. And so I came in and I basically confessed, like, look, I think I'm lined up on the wrong runway. And, you know, the tower was gracious enough. They gave me a clear to land on the runway that I was lined up on, but that was not the initial runway I was cleared to land on. So yeah, that was my experience at Lancaster. And then of course, the other thing about Lancaster is when I did my check ride, that's where I had to fly to fly with Brother John Smith, the designated pilot examiner. He was my DPE for my check ride. Tough but fair, and I really liked him. I mean, you could tell he was a pilot's pilot, or is a pilot's pilot. And I was glad that I did my check ride with him. He was definitely tough on me, and that's why, you know, Manish was so hard on me about altitude. I was doing some altitude stuff there, but I was definitely really nervous. Alright, so not to cut myself off, but if you look up there, see where this V is? So on either side it's lighter. I think that's rain up there. So I think I'm going to be flying through some rain, which is okay. I've flown through rain. But yeah, I think that's rain over there. Because it has that misty, foggy look. So what I might do is, since man, look at that house down there. Are you kidding me? Wow. That's ridiculous. Anyway, let me focus. That's one thing about being up here. You know, you can have this amazing private property or whatever, and we get to see you because we fly over you. And that was crazy. But at any rate, what was I saying? Oh, so when I get to Doylestown, I'm wondering, depends on how I feel. Like, this is one of those days where I just really feel like flying. And it's coming to the end too quick. But yeah, I just needed to do currency, so I'll probably just take it on in. But I know that there's nobody after me. Because, I mean, and I have the planes until 5:30, and it's only 5 after 4. But, you know, it's one of those things where, here's what's really interesting. I really want to keep flying, but I'm on my way home. And so, I should go home. And, you know, I don't know what that's all about, but even though I feel like continuing, I think I'm just going to say to myself, look, dude, you've had your fun, you know, you're back in the 172, you did some currency stuff, you know, you still got your skill set sharp, but go home. Don't start playing around. Don't start calling audibles. Don't start making stuff up. Stick to your flight plan. Stick to your plan, period. And go back to Doylestown. And it's not, you know, nothing spooky or whatever. It's just one of those things where that's what feels right to me, even though that's not what I want to do. I want to just fly. I got you. We ain't gonna worry about it. So Preflight is warning me about the Class Charlie airspace. So let's turn back west here. So we'll do more of a western heading here. And then that way, I won't be having to worry about the Allentown Airport with the Class Charlie. I'm basically just shooting this gap between this airspace and Allentown's airspace. And if you look over there, see that foggy area? I think that's rain too. I'm still amazed that I just get to do this. Like sometimes I'm looking and I'm like, do you realize that you are flying an airplane? That is just such a blessing. And I get to be a YouTuber. So that's one thing that I've really decided to embrace. YouTube doesn't resonate with my generation as much as it does with younger. Like there's people who, they tell their parents, my career is, I'm going to be a content creator for YouTube. If my daughter said that to me, I would leave the room and cry uncontrollably. No, maybe not now. Well, but that's the thing now. Now I get it. I get the creative freedom that you feel by having a YouTube channel and being able to communicate with people. Like right now, I'm just talking to myself, which is completely nuts, in the cockpit of a very small aircraft. But the cool thing is, by making this video, I'm communicating with all of you. And there's many of you who share this passion for aviation or are curious about aviation. And so that's the thing that's cool, is I get to do this on this platform and share it with you. So it's just such a blessing. So I am just fully embracing my YouTube status. Yes, I am an aviation YouTuber. My name is Russell, and I am an aviation YouTuber. And so I'm fully embracing this status and what I'm doing. Yeah, and I might. So you can see the line there. If you look to the left, it's foggy looking. That's rain. If you come out to the right and more over the nose, clear space, no rain. That's what Russ is gonna do. Clear space, no rain. No, yes. No, yes. Although again, you know, I can fly through the rain. That would be no big deal, but it's always a thing about, again, icing and visibility. Alright, let's start our descent. So let's pull this carb heat. Mixture's gonna go full rich. Now it looks like that rain is right over Doylestown. No, not well, in Doylestown. And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 734 Alpha Uniform, about 10 miles west of the field, inbound for runway 5. We'll be looking for that traffic, Doylestown.
Hi, Russ.
Hey, sir, how are you?
Pretty good, yourself?
Not too bad. Looks like I'm about to fly through a bunch of rain.
Us too. Stay safe, brother.
Alright, so I'm looking straight out. So see all of that over there? I hope I'm not... go! But see, that's all rain. That's a lot of rain, too. That's a visibility issue, but it seems like it's not over the field, because the field is going to be right in front of us here. And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 734 Alpha Uniform, 5 west of the field, going to do a left downwind for runway 5, Doylestown. Alright.
Hey, Russ, are you close to Lake Galena by any chance?
I am.
We got you in sight then. We're going to follow you in.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw a helicopter go past me. I don't see him. Glad they see me.
Hey, Russ, I think we're actually ahead of you, so we're about to be joining the left downwind for 5.
Alright, well, I'll follow you in.
Doylestown traffic, Skyhawk 617 Foxtrot Golf is setting up for a right base into runway 5. Doylestown traffic.
And I got you in sight for the downwind traffic.
Roger that, Doylestown traffic. Skylane established, left downwind, runway 5, Doylestown.
And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 734 Alpha uniform will be turning left downward behind that sky lane. Doylestown.
Doylestown traffic, Skyhawk 7 Foxtrot Golf is overflying the field at 2,000 feet, and we have the traffic in the downwind in sight, and we're going to tutor up into the left downwind runway 05, Doylestown.
Doylestown traffic, Skylane turning left base, runway 5, Doylestown.
And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 734 Alpha uniform turning downwind for runway 5, Doylestown. And I have the other Cessna in sight. Alright, so you heard there's some traffic, so that's why I wasn't talking a lot, because there's a whole lot going on. And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 734 Alpha uniform turning left base, runway 5, Doylestown. Alright, watch my speed, the second notch of flaps. And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 734 Alpha uniform turning final, runway 5, Doylestown. I'm low. Low, low, low. You're low.
Doylestown traffic, Skylane, quick, runway 5, Doylestown.
Okay, let's bring it on in. Here we go.
And let's slow her down a little bit. Runway made. Eyes down the runway. Flaps up. Alright. Butter. Butter, 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 butter. 2 great landings.
Doylestown traffic, Skyhawk 617 Foxtrot Golf is left base for runway 5, Doylestown.
And Doylestown traffic, Cessna 734 Alpha uniform is clear of runway 5, Doylestown. Alright, welcome back to Doylestown. Man, that was another great landing. So you can see that there's sun. I'm glad that I didn't have to fly through that rain. That was looking pretty nasty. So now I'm just taxiing back up here, and you can see the sky lane. That was the person who was saying hi to me. And see, like I said, it's just such a blessing. Oh, and that's a Cub taking off now. We couldn't hear them talking because they don't talk.
Skyhawk 617 Foxtrot Golf is short final, runway 5, Doylestown.
And that was the other plane. So it was the 3 of us talking. So those are the planes that you heard. And good communication wins the day all the time. But anyway, so back to Doylestown. Everything is good. You can see it rain like heck here because the ground is like soaking wet. But yeah, so welcome back. Thank you for flying with me. Russ Kid, Russ can fly. I'm out. Peace.